look at you.
Hello, Baba.
What the fuck was that?
I don't know. I just speak with a fucking foreign accent sometimes. Everybody in my house is used to it.
As long as it's an English speaking country accent, right?
Yeah, uh-huh. I have there's actually there's a disease or something that you that you get. I have some sort of a mental disease where
oh, we know. No, anyone
if
listening
somebody shut up. If somebody with a foreign accent is speaking to me, they're trying to speak English, I speak back to them with the same accent that they're speaking to me, and I don't mean to do it. So it's actually really, really bad. I've embarrassed myself multiple times.
I do the same thing.
And I don't, it comes from a good place. I have learned that. So I try not to kick myself too hard, but it has something to do with being an empath. My brain rewires and it thinks that it's like helping, but I don't know. I don't know all the science behind it. I just know I'm not an asshole. I'm not trying to be an asshole, even if it looks
I'm trying
like
to be
I'm
an
being
asshole.
Well, you are an asshole.
Yeah, mine doesn't come from a good place. I see. The thing is, people who do accents and they talk, it's always like the basic ones. It's a Spanish accent, it's a French accent, it's an English accent.
It's the British accent for me. Yeah. That's my default. I don't know.
Yeah. So how come no one's doing an Uzbekistan accent or an Azerbaijan accent? Right. This is my problem. I think people who
say that word 3 times fast.
Azerbaijan.
Ah, fuck you. That was pretty good.
Yeah. Azerbaijani accents. People should do that. See, I think people who do these different accents like that, I think all of you are racist because you're not being inclusive to the other countries in the world. There's a lot of other countries we're not.
Oh my gosh! You know, I don't know what they are. I maybe do the accents that I've heard and I'm familiar with, and that's all I know.
It's like the generic default Asian accent.
But it gets embarrassing. Last year, we were in London, and there was my husband and I and my daughter, my son, my daughter's fiance, and we had been in McDonald's. Of course, Americans in London were at McDonald's because my kid would only eat fries and nothing else. And we're sitting there as an American family speaking with our English accent, our complete American English accent. And there's a family next to us. They're British and they have a little baby and a toddler, and he drops his toy. And here I go from, whatever, you're stupid, talking to my kids. And I go, oh no, you've dropped your little toy. I'm so sorry. Let me pick it up for you. And my fucking family was out. They just darted out. They were so embarrassed. And I'm like, where did everybody go? And I chased them. I didn't know I did it. I didn't even know I was doing it.
It's super common. It's super common. Fucking Madonna did it when she was living there, and people were making fun of her for it.
Yeah, everybody hated on her for that.
Yeah, it's
for like a year and picked it up.
Yeah, because
I was on vacation for a week.
So Charlie Hunnam, right, the Sons of Anarchy actor guy. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
okay, that was a little fast. Whatever. Anyway, he lived in America for several years doing all that, and when he went back to do some other British film where he needed his British accent, he had to get an accent coach for dialect.
Oh wow!
Yeah. It's like fucking people get weird about things, but it's normal, man. It's normal. If you're around everyone, what it is you're trying to blend in. You're just trying to fit, right? This is what I hear around me. This is how I'm going to speak. This is how I'm going to move forward. That's totally normal. It's a totally normal thing. Nothing to get embarrassed about.
It makes me feel like an asshole. It does. We had drywall workers a couple years ago upstairs. That's the first time I ever knew I did it. I was trying to leave the house, and the drywall worker came down, and he was Hispanic, and he started to talk. And my daughter, we were leaving together, and I had a conversation with him, and then he walked away. And then my daughter was like, "What were you doing that for?" And I was like, "What are you talking about?" And yeah, she's the one that informed me of how I was speaking back to him. I had no idea. And so I try not to speak to people anymore because I don't want somebody to think I'm being a dick. I don't know I'm doing it. I don't do it on purpose. I had no clue. It just comes out like.
So the kicker is people calling you on it probably do it too. They just don't realize they're doing it. Nah, they just don't really. It's super common. It's super common. It's unbelievably common. It's one of those crazy things. Like it's just people do it.
I haven't heard anybody else do it, and so it's really embarrassing to me.
Listen, You might be a little more extreme with it, but you know, it's one of those things. I think the only thing it crosses into insulting territory, and I've seen this shit, which blew my mind, is when they like, I talkie to you, you understanding me. Like, they're not retarded,
Oh,
lady.
no,
Like,
they're not
that's not even.
deaf. Or yeah, when people start yelling, like, "Can you hear me?"
Yeah.
You
It's
know.
like, what are you doing? You know, but like if you're speaking to someone that has an affected accent from whatever native language they normally speak, whatever it is, and you find yourself kind of doing the same thing, well, you're saying the words the same way that person's saying the words, so it probably gets you. You know what I mean? You know, like my half-ass Spanish. You know, like it just is.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like something in my brain is thinking, well, if this is how they think it sounds, maybe if I say it back to them this way, they'll understand what I'm saying. Like, I don't know. I'm dumb. It's embarrassing.
It's fit in. It's not dumb. It's not dumb. A lot of people do it. People don't like to own that they do it. Nobody likes to own that they do it especially when it's put on display. But the reality is, it's not uncommon. If you look it up, it is not uncommon. It's not uncommon.
Wow.
You know, I get that. I get that people would see it that way, and I can definitely get that your kids and family would see it that way. Mine, I don't care. I don't give a shit what anyone thinks. I'll move forward, but yeah, I'll definitely, my speech pattern will be affected. It's something like my wife had joked. There's all things like that. Like, I don't think I mean, I might have a slight Southern accent, but if I am inebriated or in any way loose, it really comes out. Like I'm saying some shit.
Yeah.
You know? Like my wife will look at me, she's like, you sound way more country than I do, and that's saying something.
Oh yeah, that is definitely little McMinnville girl.
Yeah.
I never thought that I would have a country accent living in Tennessee, but I know that I do. And I never thought I would say y'all, and I say y'all. I don't say I reckon. I never did catch on to that. I don't say I reckon.
Ain't.
I say ain't, but I said ain't back when I was in California, I think.
Oh, there you go. Probably not.
Like a rebel. Yeah, I don't know. Over yonder, I don't say that one. Holler at you later, I don't say that one. What country words have you picked up on that you say on the regular?
On the regular?
Yeah.
Y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah, y'all.
Y'all doesn't even feel country to me anymore. It just feels like normal English language at this point.
The crazy thing is Tennessee, as we go through this invasion from people from other states, like, it's interesting to see their initial interactions with people. You know what I mean? And it always was, but now you just get to see it on such a large scale. It's kind of crazy. And I'm always tickled by it. You know, you get New Yorkers that come down that have no idea what a consonant or an R is. You know what I mean? Like, it's unbelievable. And they're like, y'all talk so funny. What? Like, one, you can take it down like 7 octaves because we're the only people in the room. 2, do you know what an R is?
Yeah.
New York. What the fuck was that?
It is kind of crazy. It's like another example of how big our country is. Like, we go to Europe and there's like how many countries in the same size that we have here. And so it makes sense that we have so many different accents across our country.
Yeah, they do not get it. Like,
I mean, from Texas to New Orleans, that's 2 extremes. And now look how close they are.
Look at Texas to Louisiana. And they're next to each other.
I just said Texas to New Orleans.
Oh, I thought you
said New York.
Louisiana? No, I thought you said New York. I swear I heard you say New York.
Oh, no.
You probably did. I was probably thinking still.
So when I said look how close, you were probably like, what the fuck, bitch?
Exactly. I was like, oh, I got to salvage this.
Yeah, I'm going to let this one go.
That's just me. That was me not listening, which is not uncommon. No, that's 1,000% right. Louisiana, New Orleans to Dallas. It's entirely to Santa Fe to Dallas. That's the same fucking state. Yeah, it's pretty wild. You know, when my buddies from Europe came out and we were hanging out and driving around, and they're like, man, can we go to like Memphis, or can we go to like drive down to like New Orleans? I'm like, no. I was like, we can do Nashville, and it's going to take half a day of driving. Like that's our morning.
Yeah.
This is a big deal. Like I live in East Tennessee, and I live, arguably, like I have a mountain I can look out from each sides of my house. But if I want to go to like Gatlinburg, it's still hours. What I mean? Yeah. And he's like, I think there's some kind of race near Johnson City or whatever, the speedway up there. He's like, can we do that? And I was like, no. Like, that's really far.
Yeah.
Like it's hours, man.
They really just have no concept of how huge we are here. Yeah.
Yeah. And he's like, well, we could just go there and watch a bit of the race, right? And I was like, no. I was like, dude, there's going to be an unbelievable amount of people there. And once you're there, you're there.
Yeah.
Like that's good luck getting out. It'll take us forever to get in. It'll take us forever to get out. Like this is days.
Yep.
These are the things we can do. But that's not an uncommon thing. People don't get it. People don't get how big America is.
Yeah.
And that's great. It's great. If you've ever gotten to drive across it, it's amazing. It's a lot of fun. I'd say there's whole areas you could avoid, like Nebraska. No offense, Nebraska, but if you live there, you know what I'm talking about. That's a lot of fucking corn.
Yeah.
3 hours later, is this still corn?
Where was it that you went to? Oklahoma.
Oklahoma.
Didn't you go to college in Tulsa?
Yeah. I went to Oral Roberts University in Tulsa, Oklahoma for a little while.
Yeah, that drive, that was pointless.
From Middle Tennessee, that was 10 hours.
That was just nothing. Yeah.
Arkansas, sketchy.
Yeah.
That was
one you could skip, I think.
I like Arkansas. So we rented a cabin there in Arkansas, which was crazy that this. So, when the eclipse went through, right?
Yeah.
Like it went right through where I live in Tennessee. And like the second one was coming a few years later, and we rented a cabin out there with a friend of ours. And we couldn't get to any of the quote unquote like main areas where the true eclipse. We're still in the path of totality.
You were super close though. Yeah.
No, we were still in the path of totality. We're just kind of like on the edge. And then they released, we gave everyone the wrong path all these years ago. It's actually here. We were dead nuts center of the path of totality.
Nice.
And we were like, what? And how did alleged smart people working at NASA miscalculate a fucking astronomical body that does this,
Yeah.
I feel like we should address that. I feel like that should have been a bigger topic. But it was great. So we were in this small rinky-dink town, fucking nothing town. No, it wasn't even a town. That's whatever. The town was way down the road. It very much felt like rural Middle Tennessee before it got super populated like it is now. So it was like, oh man, this is what it used to be like when I was younger and driving around. You know what I mean? Like I'm down. This is great.
Yeah.
So that was awesome. The eclipse was awesome. And the people that had the Airbnb that we were renting, they like raised hybrid wolf dogs. Like half wolf, half dog.
What?
So when the sun went out, we were like, I wonder if they're gonna howl. They didn't, because if you've ever been through the path of totality in an eclipse, everything goes quiet because nothing knows what's going on right now. This is like, oh, this is weird.
Yeah,
I have video footage of it. My youngest son, when it happened, freaked out and took off to run inside the house. He's like, oh nope, man, I'm out.
Yeah.
I was like, no, it's okay, buddy. And I caught him and was holding him, and that was awesome. It's awesome.
Yeah, I went to Nashville for one and went to my husband's work, and all the employees, everybody came out to the parking lot, and everybody had on the glasses, and you're right, the whole city just got quiet.
Still, yeah, it feels weird too. It feels weird. There's a strange feeling, and everyone I've ever said, "How did you feel?" They're like, it was weird.
Yeah,
it was like a whoa.
But you feel weird before and after too. It's not just that moment.
Yeah, well, it's as it's like coming, right?
Yeah,
it's as it's coming. So. Yeah, I liked it. I mean, so that's why we did both.
Of course you do.
A big deal. Yeah, I was like, this is incredible. And for here, when it passed through, because it passed through the town I live in, we just went out on my back deck, like out on that party deck out there, and just like stood there. And I was like, wow, this is incredible. And it was. I'm glad. I'm tickled that I got to see both. What is funny is because they changed that path of totality. There's a bunch of, and I have an interesting insight into this, but whatever. Some very wealthy, well-connected people had booked this place on a rooftop of this building in some downtown major city years in advance, right? Because
The
they
place that
wanted
you
the
stayed at.
entire. No, not where I stayed at. Somewhere else.
Oh, okay.
Like this is in a major metropolitan area where this Path to Totality. These people have ridiculous money, and they like rented the tops of this building so they could have a private party up there. And when they moved the Path of Totality, it went from being dead nut center to just kind of the edge. Like,
Oh, jeez.
that's what it did to them. And I was like, I bet they were pissed.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah.
But with that kind of money, they just bought the top of some other building.
You talk about how you want the scientists to answer for themselves. I bet they want somebody to answer for that.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know how much they would care. I think we should be asking some questions about that, right? Like, how'd you miscalculate that? You had plenty of time. Why'd we update last minute? Is there like anyway?
Yeah.
Anyway. Yeah, no. That was cool, man. That was cool. I'm glad that I've got to do both of those. I don't know when the next one's coming. But
Did
I'll
we
definitely
ever
make
see
an
any
effort.
eclipses as kids? Because I
I
don't
did.
remember that.
I
don't
did when we
remember
were in
at
Tennessee.
all.
Yeah. There was another one that went through Tennessee when I was a kid. Yeah.
So
I don't remember any from my childhood in Cali, but I don't remember a lot from my childhood in Cali, if I'm being honest.
Yeah. I don't remember any eclipses in Cali. I don't remember it being a thing. I just remember earthquake drills.
Earthquakes, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, that's that. It's an amazing thing. It's an amazing thing. I look forward to getting to see it again at some point in my life. I hope. It's incredible. It was incredible. I'm thankful that I've got to do it twice. That's a blessing. Once was just dumb luck.
When's the next one come around? I know your big brain knows. Come on.
I don't know. I hadn't even looked at it. It's a long time.
Nobody's talking about it, so it can't be anytime soon.
No, it's a very long time. Everyone right now is talking about that asteroid they think is a space alien ship.
The A1, what is it?
A1 Atlas.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Keep the A1 sauce. So stupid.
No, not ruining a steak with A1 sauce.
If it's a good steak, you shouldn't eat A1 sauce.
If you need A1 sauce, it's a hamburger. You know? Yeah.
So what's going on with this A1 Atlas shit? Because that's another one that I get on TikTok or something and stuff comes across and I'm like, you know what? This just doesn't even sound real.
I don't think it is real. I think most of this stuff is nonsense. I think most of it is nonsense. Yeah, I think it's mostly nonsense. I think lights in the sky are a real thing. I've seen lights in the sky. At some point we'll go look for lights in the sky. I have great equipment to do that with. And you'll see things. And I don't know what they are. There are lights in the sky that seem to react to you as a person. But as far as like the interstellar alien objects that are coming through, I feel like you're trying to set me up for something that you want to push. You know what I mean?
To me, it just doesn't seem right, because if it's real, why is it not a big deal? Why are we not preparing for some unknown object that could or could not be manned by something?
Yeah.
Being controlled by something. So why are we not? I don't know. And every other week, a new image comes out, and they all look different. This one's a shining light. This one is a long cylinder object. This one is a rectangle with circles all over it. Like it's.
And you find out, like, when they give you these representations of what it looks like, it's an artist representation, because the radio telescopes are not really seeing it. They're just tracking the movement that they're able to. You know what I mean? They're not really seeing things. They're seeing like color doctored artist interpretation. This is what they believe. They don't know. As far as like what I've seen in the night sky, and I used to get into the UFO thing pretty heavy. I genuinely have come to the belief that it is not life from another planet. I don't believe that. It doesn't track. It doesn't make sense. I used to think it was extra dimensional. I really did for a while. And then further examination, I was like, I think it's something else. I think it's potentially angels and demons. I think that's genuinely what it is. As far as the technology that is or isn't found.
You see the aliens as spiritual beings.
No, because I think what we think of as aliens, right? Like if you read any abduction encounter, it sounds like a demonic attack. There isn't anything else that I would put credit towards, and I've read a lot of them, or an angelic account. There's a really good documentary. I'm trying to think what it's called. Riding in the Light. It's from Canada. It's a woman who was taking pictures of lights in the sky, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she's done it for years. No one talks about this. They made a whole documentary. It's on Messages in Light. What is it? I have to know now. I can't let it go. But as I try and look it up and talk, she was taking pictures just of the night sky or whatever, and she would get these lights. And as she would go through the film, right, like I saw an interesting light in the sky, and I took it with like an old camera from the 70s.
Mm-hmm.
One of the photos would have movements of light all around it, patterns of light, messages of light. And it's like, that's not possible. And she ended up taking lots of this, like filming it. And on one film, this thing would move all over in an impossible way. Well, it got attention, right? She started like sending it off to people like, what do you think this is? And everyone thought she was crazy, or she thought she's hoaxing, because we have been preconditioned in our world not to believe in the supernatural. Right? The modern religion,
preconditioned to be afraid of it, for one.
You should be. But we've been preconditioned that it isn't real. Since we've dropped the nuclear bomb, the West has been an age of science. The world has been in an age of science. When these things, we've put the fairy tales aside. When the reality is thousands of years of recorded history have taken these things seriously. And for us to believe that we are so intellectually superior to those who have come before for thousands of years is foolish. That they are not as smart or intelligent or discerning as we are. Yeah, they didn't understand microcircuitry, or they didn't have the full, periodic table. We don't have the full periodic table yet. So, you know what I mean? In 700 years, people are going to look at us like we were retarded.
Can't say that word anymore.
You could say whatever word you want. No one's coming for you. It's just foolish. It's foolish to think things like that. And to accept that there is something that is unknown out there, which we just encountered at the hospital, right?
Mm-hmm.
We encounter things that cannot be easily explained at all by any kind of science you want to throw at it. It's not there. That's why science doesn't talk about it. And it should. This should be the mystery science pursued, and it used to be. It used to be asking questions, looking for answers, not this cult of ideology that you have to fall into if you want your credentials and never question what's been put before you. You know what I mean? That's silliness. It's not real science. That's scientism, which is an entirely different thing. But so there's something, I know that there's something else there. It's beyond belief. It's crossed over into something else, definitely in my life. And to not acknowledge that is dishonest. Because here's everybody. There's no one I've ever met. If you can get them to have an honest conversation, man, you ever had anything that you just couldn't explain? Like, we're talking about weird stuff, no judgment. They're like, I had a dream of my grandmother the night she died. I didn't know she died till 2 days later. She came, told me she loved me. You know what I mean? Like, it was the weirdest thing. He's like, I guess I just knew things that were going on. And immediately they're trying to swipe it aside because the uncomfortable reality of that happening says something. What does that say? That there is more to us, that there is more to this world than we talk about on a regular basis.
Yeah, and I'm with you. Like, I 1,000% agree that there's more. I guess I just don't know that I define it as angels and demons. I think there could be more to it than that, but I don't know.
Oh yeah, I mean, that comes down to definitions, right? And there was a time in my life when I would definitely hold that to like, well, maybe it's interdimensional, maybe we're using these, to cover them up is what it is. But the thing is, if a thing quacks like a duck, it has feathers, it's in the water, and it's laying eggs, it might be a duck. You know what I mean? Like, that's I think Tucker Carlson, I don't know if you've seen I think something he made public, which I can't believe he made public. It's actually pretty weird. And the other strange thing is that Alex Jones, and the fact that I'm listing these people probably tell you a lot about me if you think about it.
We are learning a lot about who you are right now. Yeah.
Yeah. Like Alex Jones a long time ago, and I'm not a regular listener because I don't think listening to any kind of conspiracy news or anything like that on a long term is good for your mental health. I just don't. I think you should spend time in nature. I think you should spend time with your family, pursuing hobbies, and trying to perpetuate those things because it's who I am and I can't help it. And so he was talking about someone popular that he had known who had a demonic attack, and he's now believing in the spiritual is real and all these other things. And Tucker Carlson had come forward a while after that. Tucker Carlson and Alex Jones, I don't know if you know this, are actually very good friends.
Really? I'm not. I mean, I know of Alex Jones, but I don't watch. I don't listen. I'm not a
No, I know. Yeah, you're not into that.
And I know who Tucker Carlson is, but again, I've seen some things, but I'm not.
Yeah, I mean,
it's not how I spend my time. Yeah.
Yeah, no worries. I just listen to the podcast. It's what I like. Oh man.
So what is it that Tucker Carlson?
So Tucker Carlson talked about having a demonic attack that happened that left physical marks on his body, claw marks down his body, and you can see that he's visibly shaken up talking about it. And you can go watch it for yourself. It's out there. It's like a 5-minute clip. It's not a big. He doesn't say as much, but he alludes to it that he has been radicalized by this moment. The path of different conspiracies and spirituality for a long time was something I was into. It's kind of something I've always been into.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I've always looked at those things, and the conclusions I have found have only solidified what I originally believed in. And maybe that's just because, that's your preference and what you have said. Maybe it's because it's what I have read and seen how it turns out. You know what I mean? If someone's having an alien abduction experience or whatever, they call out to all kinds of things and it doesn't stop. There's unbelievable accounts of that. Unbelievable accounts that will make you cry as you listen to these people. Like, oh, they're just delusional. Listen to them and tell me they're still delusional. And then you'll hear someone's come out on one and they're like, I cried out to Jesus Christ, and the whole thing stopped. They walked away from me in my room. And you're just like, what? He's like, I was screaming for whoever. And he's like, nothing happened. And in that moment, he's like, as they're cutting into me and I can't do anything about it, I just say, please help me, God. Please help me, God. Please help me. Please, Christ, save me now. And they just stop. And it's like they are physically repelled and go back. And there's a lot of those stories. There's a lot of those stories. There's a lot of stories when you get into psychedelic research and the things that have been done. Some people are obviously far more sensitive to these things, and it allows them to have deeper and further journeys. And those are the ones you got to listen to. Some people are not. They're just not. They're not wired that way. And there's nothing wrong with that. But there's different forms of psychedelics. Like you have the ayahuasca, right? Which is a whole recipe that has to be put together in a pretty specific way to get an ayahuasca journey. And one of the things no one talks about ayahuasca being there are the snakes. The snake creatures that are everywhere that your shaman has to help fight off so you can have this profound journey.
Hard pass.
Yeah. Like, what are the snakes doing? They want to talk to you and they want to get in you. What the fuck you just say to me? I think I'm out now. And there's some other things like that. But at the same time, and I know ayahuasca helps a lot of people, and that's fantastic, but so has psilocybin. And I think that's a better route for people if you're looking for help. Psilocybin has incredible medical benefits. You don't have to go to a full psychedelic journey, but if you do, you'll get something out of it. But even then, I know people who have had some pretty traumatic, hard experiences on that shit. And if you've ever done it, you start to come to the conclusion, these things are real. It's granting me access to something that is apparently around me all the time. And, there's a certain amount of discernment that is required to move through that. and it isn't something I think anyone should play with long term. I think it can be great for health. I think microdosing, the benefits guy coming out of like John Hopkins and various other, I think UCLA Berkeley did one, like 25 milligrams of psilocybin, which is a nothing amount, can radically change depression, anxiety. You don't need SSRIs, which we don't know how they work or if they work or they don't work. They were pushed by pharmaceutical companies that were seeded by the oil company because they had all these byproducts. After making plastics, they found out they can make these kinds of medicines. You know, that's why modern pharmacia and these drugs exist when you get into it. You know, always looking at the history and the money and how things got started is important. But it can help too. Anything, right? Anything, too much of anything can kill you. Too much of anything can kill you. Take aspirin's great for a headache. Absolutely. I got you. But if you take a whole bottle, that's all she wrote. You know what I mean? So I think things require discernment. They require caution and respect. I think the things that can help can hurt. You know, you eat too many bananas, you can get potassium poisoning.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I used to babysit a little girl who all she liked were carrots. I mean, she was 6 months old, 7 months old, and she liked the little jarred food of carrots. And so all they gave her was carrots, and her skin was orange.
There's what is it? The guy that took too much. Oh, what is it? Silver. I'm blanking here because I'm still trying to find this Canadian woman's documentary. I think she's dead now. The woman, Dorothy Izat. Oh, you're giving me everything about her except the name of the documentary. Are you kidding me?
This is the lady with the lights in the sky.
Yeah, she's from Vancouver. Come on, what is that? You're really not going to give it to me? Paranormal experience, interdimensional, unsolved, everything but the name. She's in her famous documentary that was. People do this just to piss other people off. I swear to you. That is definitely what it is. Anyway, it's silver. Oh, come on. People listen to this are going to go crazy. It's a liquid form that you put on. Anyway, it's antibacterial, it's antimicrobial, it's good for you, it heals things. My buddy had a wound on his chest that got severely infected, and I think it was antibiotic resistant infection. He ended up using this silver stuff, and it got rid of it. Anyway, this guy started taking it every day, and he turned blue. Like blue purple. Whole skin. And that's permanent now. You know,
it doesn't fade once he stops taking it?
Nope. Nope.
Because the little girl, she stopped being so orange once they stopped feeding her carrots.
Yeah, got to back off the carrots, guys.
Yep.
Yeah, too much beta carotene. You turn her orange. Mm-hmm. But I got her name now. Dorothy Izat. Come on. Well, I look for this because I have to fully dedicate now, apparently, because this is ridiculous. So you've now encountered some things that are unexplainable from the hospital. And we've talked about it a little bit in the last episode. How's that sitting with you?
Honestly, I feel good. Like I'm fine. I did notice, we did that, a Saturday night. Sunday, I didn't feel right. Monday, I just felt, if I'm going to say pissy, moody. I felt irrationally irritable, and it made no sense to me. So I sort of kind of kept my distance from my family a little bit, to an extent, just because I was like, I don't want to be a jerk. It's kind of like hormones. It's kind of the same thing. I felt like maybe I was PMSing, and it's not fair to the rest of the world. So I just sort of kept my distance. Obviously that's not what it is, but yeah, other than that, I've been fine. I've been good.
Good.
Going through all the footage, it's honestly just been fun, and no, I've been good. I didn't bring nothing home. I'm not carrying anything.
I just meant, did it impact like your overall view of things? Because that's your first.
I don't know that it impacted anything, because I wasn't shocked by anything. I wasn't nothing. I don't know. It was exciting, but it wasn't like, no fucking way. Like, I wasn't surprised by anything, I guess you could say. It was exciting. You know, it was like, oh, wow, they're going to talk to us. Not, wait, something's talking to us. That wasn't a surprise to me, I guess.
That's interesting. It's interesting because I know the only other paranormal experience I know you had was the house we lived at when we lived in Red Bowling. The ladies yelling, screaming. Right. Teenager.
Oh yeah. I think in a way, like my whole life is just, things are just weird and things just happen, and I don't give it too much thought. But you know, like paranormal ghosts, I guess that's one thing, but there's a lot other, you know, my best friend Robin, we've been friends for 30 years, and about 10 years after our friendship, we lost touch and we didn't talk, and she moved and I couldn't find her. And I had tried to find her for years, 3-4 years. I couldn't find her. I went through every social media. I was searching her everywhere. I could not find her. And I had a dream one night. It was in February, and it was her dad. And her dad, in my dream, said, I need you to find Robin. She needs you. I said, what about Shelby and Beth, which were her mom and her sister? I don't know why I asked that. And he said, they're going to be okay, but Robin needs you. He said, and he was very gentle. He had his arm around me. We were walking down this path in this garden, you know, and I woke up. And later that day, I got on Facebook and thought, okay, I'm going to try one more time to find Robin. And found her. The reason I couldn't find her before is she had, you know, sometimes people don't want to be found, so they have their name under a different. She had just gone back to Robin, so I was able to find her. And I reached out on there, sent her a friend request. She's right back immediately, and she was like, Amy! And I was like, Robin! We hooked up a couple days later, had lunch, and I told her, I was like, dude, I'm not going to lie, your dad sent me to you. And she said, my dad just passed last week.
Boom.
Things like that. You know, that one time I was driving in the car, we had an old beater, and this was my ex-husband, and Lord have mercy, and he's my ex. I don't want to say anything bad in that regard, because we've been at a good place for, you know, a long time now. But yeah, he used to really piss me off. And the babies were little. We had a newborn and a 2-year-old, and we had an old beater car, and the radiator was going out, and you had to keep filling it with water. And I had asked him before I was taking the baby somewhere. I had to go, I don't know, it was a doctor's appointment, something. I'm like, can you make sure the car has water in it so I don't overheat? Well, he didn't do it. And I didn't check it. I was getting the babies ready to get in the car, and I'm driving by myself. I get on the highway, and all of a sudden the little heater thing, the little valve that tells you how hot, just starts going up, 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 up. And I mean, I have a newborn. My hormones are all over the place. I've got a 2-year-old. I'm doing everything by myself. We were in a bad spot financially. Our marriage was in a bad spot. And I just started praying, and I just said, please, Jesus, this is not my fault. I don't deserve this. My babies don't deserve this. Don't fuck with me. Fuck with him. And that thing went shoo, back to cool. And I made it all the way to where I needed to go.
That's awesome.
That's the kind of shit that happens in my life. Like, it's not, I don't talk about it. I don't tell people. It's just like the first time my husband and I ever held each other in an embrace, it was a slow dance, and we were just friends. And some other people were like, it's a slow song, go dance. And we were like, ew, you know, like, we're just friends. And we slow danced, and things changed. And I closed my eyes, and I had the lightest, brightest flash of like colors, like orange, and it was like fire. It was like fire sparking off, like I was standing in the middle of a sparkler. And I opened my eyes, and I look at him like, what the hell is this? I mean, it caught me so off guard. We finished dancing, and I told him about it later, but I mean, we've been married 22 years. He's the love of my life. I feel like that was the universe saying, hey, pay attention to this one. I just listen to things that happen and pay attention, and I go with it. It's always not a big deal, and I don't tell people, and I don't know. It's like when you say what's weird, I'm like, I don't know. I don't keep it in a journal. I don't I don't know.
It's the standout moments, right? Like it's life we live through, but we have them. Like you have those, and we're gonna have to start talking about it because we're doing a podcast.
Yeah,
that's part of it.
I guess. Yeah, I mean, I guess something to talk about, tell people. But yeah, I don't. I don't know. It's just life has just always been a little weird like that for me.
Yeah.
But I also have always felt like I have a guardian angel, if that makes any sense too.
Yeah, 100% makes sense. 100%
I feel like
makes
there's
sense.
somebody. I don't ever feel like I'm alone. I haven't ever felt like I was alone in a long, long time.
Yeah, as do I. I definitely feel that exact way. It's funny you said those sparkly lights because you never told me that before. Did I ever tell you about the twinkly lights? So before I tell you about the twinkly lights, the silver thing I was looking at, and I can't believe I brain farted, it was colloidal silver. The documentary of and I think you would like this movie. I genuinely do. It's not a movie, it's a documentary. It's not that long. I believe it's on Amazon Prime. It's Capturing the Light. Capturing the Light with the Dorothy Izod story, which is, well, like governments got involved. Kodak got involved, sending like, hey, how about you go take this sealed film and we're going to send somebody with it, right? like, so it can't be messed with or doctored. Tell your light beams if they could put messages on there for us, that would be great. And they did. There's no way this could happen. Like this is fundamentally unbelievable.
Well,
and it's an incredible little documentary about this humble little Asian woman living in Canada, just thousands and thousands of miles of film and pictures, and everyone just kind of like, she's a little out there. And then when it finally got out, everyone's like, you don't understand, this is impossible. Like this is like, and then you could see, like, as they're interviewing her daughters, lights around them too, like that they only found after going back through the footage. But anyway, so the twinkly lights, I don't know, I ever told you. So I've seen little lights like that my whole life, right? Mm-hmm. I, much like you, have just decided I'm not telling people the crazy shit that I've seen or I go through because I'm not going to a mental, I'm like, I'm not that crazy.
Yeah, you get to a point where you realize, like, I'm good at reading the room. My childhood taught me how to read the room when I was very young. And I know, right? I've learned too many times you say things and people look at you weird, and I just don't really feel like entertaining that anymore. I don't want to sit in a room where people think I'm crazy. That's no fun.
I used to feel that way, and I think I'm coming to the point where I'm just like, it's fine. You can think I'm crazy. I'm out of it. But well,
obviously, we're both at that point now because we're fucking talking about it on the podcast and telling anybody who wants to listen. So yeah,
telling the world. So twinkly lights are something that I've seen. White lights, fucking thousands of them that just kind of appear around me.
Okay.
And it kind of lets me know that something good's coming. Something good's coming, and it'll catch me just in a moment. I just kind of stop. And a lot of these things, like when I got married to my wife, I didn't tell her the things that happened. I think her last, she made a joke one time after she saw the twinkly lights, which is interesting. She's only ever seen them when she's been pregnant. But when she's pregnant, amazing. She sees them, right? And my kids have kind of alluded to different things, and I'm always listening to them. I believe them. You saw a shadow move. Where's it at? You know what I mean? Like,
I wonder if she was able to see them when she was pregnant because she had a part of you in her.
I think so.
As cheesy as that sounds, I mean,
no, yeah.
Connect the dots. I don't know.
Yeah, no, and that's genuinely what I believe. And the first time it happened, we were at our old house. Do you remember my old house? Mm-hmm. The one we flipped. Yeah, and she was in the kitchen.
Are you talking about? Yeah.
In the other town. Yeah.
It's the bamboo in the back.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And she'd come out and she's like, I just saw thousands of little white lights floating around me in the air, and they were dancing. And I was like, oh.
Well, those are mine.
I didn't say that. I just said I've never met anyone else that's seen them. I was like, you saw them? I was like, in the kitchen, and I walked in there, and she's like, well, they're gone now. I was like, yeah, they're obviously gone. I think I would see them too. Yeah. And she was like, you've seen these before? And I was like, all the time. All the time. And she's seen them several other times, and then she'll just come tell me, it's like, I saw a twinkly light. Like, she's like, and I was like, yeah. And I'll tell her occasionally when I see them. I mean, it's not an all the time. It's just like, they come in that moment. You know what I mean? When something's coming, and it's just letting you know, like, I know you're going through some stuff. Something's coming, and you'll just see, and it does look like they're dancing around you. And it's not like it's your field of vision because of your blood pressure or whatever. It's because I used to research all that kind of stuff, right? I used to think, well, maybe I'm just some kind of like very mild schizophrenic that is high functioning, and all this is just. And my wife always thought, she's like, it's funny that you of all people think that, And it's, I was like, well, back then too, I was wrestling with it, and now I've just given up. I've given out to the wrestling. It's especially recently what I've gone through. It's foolish and it's disrespectful, and I have to own that. To think things like that, I'm just moving forward now. And yeah, the twinkly lights are one of the great things. I think it's funny that you saw those explosions of lights like that. I've never seen that. I've never had that happen.
That's the only time it's ever happened.
Yeah.
And it was very profound. I mean, it was. Yeah. I didn't know what was happening. It was very like, whoa. I could feel it. I don't know. I told him, and he thought I was crazy,
Yeah.
But now he doesn't, because he's come so far, and now he looks back at that and goes, wow, that's really cool.
Yeah. It's a profound thing, man. That's a profound thing. Yeah, I didn't know that. And you never told me that. That's why I didn't tell you about the twinkly lights, because it's the same reason, right? Like, it's just, there's just some shit you just don't say. But like, I've also found that it's funny, talking about when my wife was pregnant, when we lived in that house, especially, like even in this house, when she's pregnant, the level of bizarre paranormal things that will kick up are an exponential level. I don't know why. So when we lived in that house, we lived in that old house, the same house that she first saw the twinkly lights in. This is a house we bought at it was a foreclosure. We flipped it, put the work in, whatever. It
was a great house.
It was a great house. It was a great house.
Tri-level, right? It was like
it was a cool home, big
cool.
home,
yeah.
big home, big property. If I still owned it now, it'd be worth
double what
we sold it for. But
especially that with the whole mother-in-law basement thing that you had going on. That was
there's
so cool.
A whole nother kitchen down there. Yeah, a whole other suite. But so I don't know if I told you this or not. So occasionally, like in that house, I'd have a lot of nightmares, and I woke up regular. This wasn't like a one-off occurrence. This probably happened twice a week.
To be honest, I remember you having a lot of stuff going on while you were at that house.
Yeah. So like I would wake up, 3:30 in the morning. Someone was always right in there, and I'd wake up and I'd felt like someone was in the house. I'd grab my gun, go down the hallway, and the front door was open. The back kitchen doors were open, which were French doors. The downstairs basement into the tri-level sliding glass door would be open. The garage doors would be open.
Fun.
Yeah. I'd clear, sweep and clear, man. Yeah, what am I going to do? Like, I would just sit there at the top of the stairs too. And I was like, this is my secure point. If something else is in here, like, what's going on? This is my wife, my pregnant wife. And then it was, my son and my pregnant wife that were there. And then the rest of the kids were all here. So that worked out. And we didn't have anything like that happen here, but it was definitely there. And other things would happen, and I realized, like, whatever strangeness is in me, my kids got a small dose of it in their own
babies.
Way. It's not as big, so that's great. It's very, and I was terrified. And I told my wife that I'm terrified. I'm terrified that they carry some kind of this burden with them. Like, it's not what I want. And I remember, like, I would see things at the house, like see things on the roof moving around in the woods, especially. And I remember my son was like, "What's that?" And he's pointing at what I'm looking at, and I'm just looking at my wife, and she's like, "Should we leave?" And I was like, "We should leave." Like, let's get them going. Not that I think it's going to do anything or can do anything. It's just that there was a lot of fundamental problems with that property that just could not be easy. And I know a lot of good Christian people who mean their best. And they're like, "We just proclaim Jesus on and move forward." Obviously, it's not your faith. One, you've never read the book. Because some of these things only leave with prayer and fasting. And some of them, would strip people naked and beat them in the street. Like, there's some places this shouldn't be. And this just seemed like one of those places. But whatever, that house came to us is kind of how I look at it now. Anyway, we're in a great house now, so there's none of that.
Yeah.
With the things that we have happen here are comical or funny. Like our mother was living with us for a while, and we had a couple interesting occurrences happen then that she was able to witness. And one of which kind of was funny to my wife. My youngest daughter was my youngest daughter then, when, this is 5+ years ago, was like pointing and talking to me or something, and I'm at the back door because my house has a lot of doors. It's an old Victorian house, has a lot of doors. And I think I'm putting my wallet up or something. She's just jabbering and talking to me and pointing, and I'm like, "What do you want?" And Candace looks over. She's talking about that bubble, and I'm like, "What bubble?" And I look over, and there is a fucking bubble floating in front of my face, and I'm just staring at it, and I'm like, and she's just smiling and laughing. And today's her birthday, her actual birthday today. So she was just smiling and laughing and dancing, which is very her. And just kind of ran away once it like obviously got my attention. I'm just staring at this bubble. I was like, "What's going on?" And I'm like, "Candace," and she's like, "What?" And she looks around. I'm still just standing staring at this bubble, and she just kind of looks at it and goes, "Huh?" She's like, "Well, maybe it's from where we were doing dishes." And I'm like, "It's not moving." And then it started to move, and it moved from my kitchen, like at my eye level, around, just kind of towards her, and I could see her tense up, and then it kind of backed up, went more towards like the dining room, which is off from there. And at this point, there and watching this, did the screen just blank out?
Yeah, for a minute. That's the third time it's happened.
Oh, I guess I shouldn't be telling these stories then. I don't know.
I mean, it's just over the entire, hour. That's the third time it's.
I would be curious to. I'd be curious to know what they're associated with. It happens. It happens. It'll mess with technology. So it went into the living room, and then it went up to the ceiling fan that wasn't on it and started going in between the blades. And I was like, my wife is still cooking. She's still in the kitchen. She wants no part of this. She wants no part of this. And my mom's in there. And she's like, "This is amazing." And I'm like, "Let's just be calm. Just stop talking for a second. Stop talking for a second. Yeah. Let's just be calm and watch this." And my dog had come over and started barking at Howie, if you remember Howie, and was barking at it. Mm-hmm. And all of a sudden it stopped in the air and it went shoop, and popped him in the nose. It popped on his nose. And we were all like, "What was that?" And I go to my wife's like, "I can't believe you didn't want to follow this." And she's like, "It's just a bubble. It's the air currents in the house." And she's like, just scrubbing this pot. And we above her is, our little mantle up there. It's high on the cabinets. And I had this little car I got in Austria, a little toy car. It fell off and dunked her on the head.
Wake up.
Yeah, and she's like, "Maybe not. I don't know." She went over to clean dishes. Like that was a trip. It's good, but we have several things like that. But it was.
Yeah, I know one thing that you probably, actually another thing that you probably don't know about me that I also don't talk about is whoever I am or whatever my experience in this world is, animals and insects and little creatures and everything is attracted to me. Like I just last week I was in the hot tub out back and I heard this and I look over the edge and there's a baby squirrel. So I got out, sat down, and he snuggled up under my foot, got up on my leg, was trying to bite the side of my leg, and then tried to get up under my clothes, which freaked me the fuck out. I'm not going to lie. I was like, "Oh, we ain't doing that. I'm not going to get bit somewhere I can't recover from."
I'm not doing this.
Because they bite hard.
Yes, they do.
But yeah, just a baby squirrel would not leave me alone. Like I have so many, and we recorded that. Tucker he ran in the house and got his phone. He thought it was so cool and recorded it. But that's always been a thing. Babies, animals. The other day, Mike was like, "You have a hummingbird over your shoulder." I was like, "Okay." If we go kayaking, every time dragonflies, butterflies, they just get on me and stick to me. And the whole 2, 3, 4 hour ride, I have the same creatures just follow me all the way day. That's my world. I don't think that's everybody's, because everybody's usually like, "What the heck?" But that's kind of just You know, I have multiple videos and pictures of just me here at home in the backyard with the things that come up and say hi. The bunnies, lots of squirrels. They come right up, sit on the table. I just about 3 weeks ago, I guess, I was sitting on our new patio furniture, and a squirrel came up and crawled up the back of the chair and looked right over my shoulder, and I was like, "What the hell?" I mean, it scared me, but I don't think that happens to everybody.
It doesn't. It doesn't. Like Candace, my wife had commented on that. Like we went to a zoo one time, and I was sitting at the side of the thing, and the gorilla comes up and starts tapping. You know what I mean? And it's like, well, he could just think I'm a gorilla.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's a real possibility of that. Yeah.
There's a pretty one.
But no, like I've never encountered animals that didn't like me, or weird. We have, what's that?
Babies or babies.
Oh yeah, I've never kids like me, like which is really funny because like we joke about me being small, but obviously if you're listening to this or you've seen the videos, I'm a large man. Like, and I'm a little scary looking. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I'm a little scary looking.
You're a little intimidating
yeah. As just thick brow ridge, big forehead, a lot of hair, beard. Like it's just
a big ugly face. I mean, geez.
Yeah, right. And they wanted that's it, man. Like you're my new best friend. Like,
yeah.
Okay. But yeah, I definitely relate to that. I relate to that in a big way. It's a very weird thing. I just roll with it. I remember we went to this enactment, like it's the Appalachian Museum, and they have horses out there that work, and it was cool. And they have a horse and a pin out there, and we're out there by it. The horse comes over to me, and like something you should know about me and horses. Horses love me, and I think that they're beautiful and friendly. I've never ridden a horse. I will never ride a horse.
You've never been on a horse?
And I won't.
What?
Nope. I want no part. And the thing is, like growing up, a lot of my friends had horses and rode horses. And no, this is it. Like my friends were into rodeo, right? Like where I grew up, like rodeo was a regular thing. I didn't realize how blessed I was that it would happen so often there. I hope it still does. I don't know if it did, but when I was a kid, it was there twice a month. You know what I mean? Like they had something going, even if it wasn't a full rodeo. It's just barrel races, or it's just bull ride, or they're calf roping, or they're whatever. And I had a lot of friends that did it, and so they all had horses. Like, dude, you should go riding. And I didn't want to ride based on the stories they would tell me. They're like, well, they can be like, I didn't get to ride them for a couple weeks, so he kind of taught me about it when I was on the saddle. I was like, what? It's like it's holding a grudge. He's like, oh yeah. And then they all have grudge stories of horses, and I'm like, I'm out. Like I'm not getting on an animal that big that may or may not be pissed off about something I had nothing to do with. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't like you and it's going to teach me a lesson. No.
Yeah.
I'm good, bro. I'll go out there and pet your horse. I'll feed it whatever. It's going to love me. We're going to get along. I'll give it a nice big hug, but I'm not getting on it.
Yep. Mike and I did one of those, you drive, ride on the horse up in the Gatlinburg Mountains, one of those tourist things, and we were the only people that showed up that day. The horses are supposed to be older and gentle and this and that, and they were like, it's just a path. You just follow it up. And his saddle wasn't attached. And then the thunderstorm hit. And when lightning struck and the thunder went, his horse took off and his saddle went sideways, and so did he. I have never seen a man ride a horse sideways, but he did. I don't think Mike's been on a horse since. I don't think he's touched a horse since. I don't think he's gone anywhere near. He's like, fuck the horses. That was the greatest thing ever, though. Crash. There goes Mike. That was wonderful.
Yeah, I've never been on one. It's not. They like me. I like them. I think they're beautiful creatures. I'm just not.
I honestly wish I had, in another lifetime, I was on a ranch and I had horses. I think I could have really, I love it. I love the speed. I love how high up you are. I love that connection with that animal. Like, cause you can feel them, like your legs wrap around their back. Like they're.
Amy, I knew a lot of horse girls in high school, and we all know to stay away from the horse girls. Everybody knows.
Why?
One, they're crazy.
Well.
Yeah, they're crazy, and that hobby, it requires an unbelievable amount of money. And she'll always love the horses more than she wants anything to do with anyone else. Like the horse wins every time.
Well, I don't know if that means she's crazy.
Oh no, they're crazy for other reasons. Like they're crazy. Horsewomen are crazy. If you know what I'm talking about, leave a comment.
I think I would have really enjoyed learning how to ride horses, but
yeah. Well, I mean, that's it. Like I have no desire. It's I have nothing against them. I have nothing against them. It's just my friends. Like I had a friend got bit. He got bit. And I was like, why? He's like, well, I took it out for a ride and I put it up and I didn't have any treats. And when I came back the next time, when I turned around, he bit me in the shoulder. I'm like,
they throw you? Yeah.
Yeah. You mean
I had a friend.
You mean your new horse glue stick? You know what I mean? Like.
Yeah, I had a friend. She got thrown and she was out for like 3 weeks. Like, I mean, man, it fucked her up.
Yeah, but they're no joke, man. They're no joke. I mean, back in the day when everybody had them and it was a part of life, it's great. You know, a man's best friend is his dog, and then his horse. That's definitely how it was. But we don't have them all the time. We can't care for them. We're not set up that way. We have, cars. That's why guys now fall in love with cars. It's, I guess, but not me. I'm not into that either. But
oh no, not me either.
See? The things like that. It's just not. It's, I don't know. Oh. I don't know, but it's interesting. And again, I think it just takes another step at looking at the world with a lens that the supernatural is real. Beautiful things are real. Mm-hmm. And if nothing against science. Science provides the highest quality of living that we have. We all have air conditioners. Our middle class standards are higher than any king in history. Our food is better than any lord in history. You know what I mean? Like, and that's just your normal whoever going to the grocery store. The selection that we have, and that's the innovation and genius of man moving forward. And it's an amazing thing to behold. But I think to cast off what we know of the world just from the conversation we're having here, it doesn't allow you to be able to, I think, encounter the world wholly. You have to open that piece of yourself up and understand that there's a lot of things going on that we can't see. And you should be cognizant of that. But
yeah, and people can ignore it. They're just not gonna have understanding or explanations for some of the things that happen in their life. But
or it could be to their detriment. Like when I went through my whole little midlife thing, and then I took those steroids that were prescribed to me that made me lose my fucking mind. Some of the best moments I had was when I just go ride on my golf cart for a little while around my neighborhood and town. Yeah. And it, like, one of the most amazing things that happened, I was hurting. I was hurting. I was in a low spot. I was out of control. I was just like, I just need to drive and I just need to do this and breathe and trying to outrun the demons that are whispering to me. Right. And at that moment, I'm just praying. And as I'm going down the hill, my main street here, right in my neighborhood, we have a couple families of red-tailed hawks who live here, which are beautiful, and I love watching them in the air. But they're also the reason we have to keep all our chickens in their little huts like they were.
Oh, yeah.
They'll eat all of them.
Yeah.
It flew down next to my golf cart. Again, at like head level, I could have reached out and touched the tip of its wing. And it just started screeching as we're going down the hill. And it was like it was just keeping up and going with me. And I was just like, and then all the little things that were going through my head just kind of faded off. And I was like, I'm going to be okay. I'm going to be okay. I have a few more days left on this medication. I'm going to be okay. That was huge. Yeah. It was a huge moment for me.
It was beautiful too, really.
Yeah. Oh, no, the bird was one. That's a pretty big bird. I've never seen one that close. And since then, they show up all the time around the house. They'll show up they showed up the other day on the fence. Like they're just here now, and it's cool. It makes me feel a little better. Yeah. I don't know what this podcast was about, but it was fun. Capturing the light, the Dorothy Izett story, and the guy who turned blue drank colloidal silver. So just
capturing the light, you found it.
Hell yeah, I did.
Found it before it was over.
I had to, man. Well, I'd remarked back in the middle, but capturing the light. If you haven't seen that documentary, it's 1 hour-ish of your life that you're gonna be. People are moved to tears by it. People are moved to tears by it. Genuinely, they did a whole. And that's partly in the documentary. They screened this documentary in a movie theater and let people come see it. People were coming out just like, oh my God, like something happened. Something happened in there. This is
For anybody listening to this episode, if you want to leave a comment or remark and let us know what your individual story, what your experience has been, that'd be pretty cool. If we get enough of those, we'll share them. Yeah.
If you want us to share them.
Yeah, if you want. I mean, if you're gonna put it on there. we may share it. But
sounds good.
All right. Until next time. I gotta be consistent.
Seems kind of racist. Just another English-speaking country.
Oh, shut up, Bubba.
Culturally diverse.
Bloody hell, Bubba. You shut your trap.
That is the worst British accent ever. So I get that they think it might be insulting. I get that. I actually like.
That's
now
what's
I'm like,
insulting is because I'm just not good at it.
You're doing such a shit job.
Oh, for fuck's sake, Bubba.
Anyway, I love you, big sister.
Peace.
Word.